everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. I downloaded this kit from My Porch Prints. It's called Sunflower Solace, I believe, and I will leave the link in the description box below. But I was thinking sunflower is summer. I could do it anytime. This is a fall kit. There's pumpkins and stuff in it, so I'm going to do it now. I don't have the entire thing printed out, but I'll show you what I have. These are the ones I'm going to use for the outside of the cover, and then I will use these same on the inside of the cover. Not the same as the outside, but the same as each other. Probably could have gotten away with just one of those, but whatever, they'll give me extra. I have printed out the pages, so I'll show you those real quick. They're really cute. Hopefully I'm right where you can see it. They're just beautiful images and cute little animals. Butterflies, books. This is the reason that I bought this kit, because I'm a cow freak. And there is a painting at Hobby Lobby that if it's still there when I go back today, I'm gonna get it. It has been on sale from $68 whatever down to $22, and I just keep saying no. If it's there today, I'm buying it. If it's not there, it's not meant to be. But I just love this guy. There's a windmill, beautiful fox. There he is again, just basking in the sun. That's what I love about these. They're very, very bright. And the flower pots. And there's the pumpkins, and even a teal pumpkin. I love that. Brilliant monarchs. And then there are some people in here as well. I love it. Beautiful ladies. And he's cute. There's the bunny again. So anyway, there's 16 actual journal pages. I think I'm going to print on the back of these just a neutral, like a coffee dye print or something. I'm not going to actually coffee dye them because I don't have time to do it, and I just want to get this done. So I can't print out the ephemera until I get my laptop back on this desk, and I can't. So I wanted to do the cover with you first. We get that out of the way, and I can go back to printing and then cutting and what have you. So let's see if this glue, I haven't used it in a couple of days. Yeah. So what I do when this happens is, all I do is just put the cap back on. I have found that if I cap it for a couple of days, it can get really stuck. There's definitely a blockage in there. But this works better for me, just to kind of try and unplug it. Now, since I'm here's the hard part, getting that pin in there, and see, it's tough. I don't know if I'm going to get that in there, guys. Let's see. Let's try this. Twisty, twisty, twisty. Yeah, there we go. And then I close it. If I close it all the way, that pretty much will get me all the way to the opening. That was pretty dried out. I haven't had that happen before. Alright, so that's as far as I can open it. I don't want to pull that needle out, but I do want to make sure that that is open. Alright, let's see. I'll test it over here. Yes, okay, it's coming out. I don't know why I couldn't just test it right here, but alright. Still a little iffy. That this is actually the Nuvo glue. This is not anything that I have put in here. This is the Nuvo glue. There we go. So I probably should have just used the glue stick on it. I want to make sure I'm getting that folded properly. Should have done that ahead of time. Pre-fold. Word to the wise. There we go. Okay. Well, that shouldn't have taken that long, but oh well. Okay, so These, I'll make sure I have the right one. These are slightly smaller flowers than this. I love this background. I'm not really a big green person, but I think I want that for the outside. So, I'm going to use my glue stick for this and put that lid on there before I glue it, or before I lose it. I just am going to overlap these. I'm not worried about if they match up or anything like that. But basically, let's see, I want the top over the back, so I'll glue on this side of this one. And I usually overlap it, you know, an inch or two, but there's nothing to match up, so I'm just gonna, I mean, you know, you could go like that, but I'm just gonna line it up like that. And hopefully it's straight. Probably should have lined it up because I don't think that's even remotely straight. Let's line it up. Boy, I am jittery today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've eaten, but for some reason I have had the shakies today. Okay, I think that'll do. I don't need it perfectly straight, but I need it mostly straight. I am going to have to let that dry. Well, no, I'm not, because I'm going to glue it to the envelope, but I'm going to wrap this around, so it doesn't really matter. I need to get this off. I don't want all that glue on the cover. Okay. So, this is, I want to make sure I have them the right way. Yeah, it goes this way. So, you know what, I'm just going to put it in the middle. I'm going to fold this because I do want to put a piece of Tyvek on here. You don't have to do that. I think it's probably pretty thick enough, but I have it, so I'm going to use it. And I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac for this because it will, I know it'll stay better if it can come down there. Okay. I'm not going to be using my Nuvo glue to put this on. I'll be using the Fabri-Tac because it's faster. I think this Nuvo works better for the ephemera than not for big jobs. But all right, I'm going to trim that off. Yeah, I was like, what am I going to do next? And I have these sunflowers sitting on my desk. I'm not sure where I got these. Dollar Tree, most likely. Looks like, yes. I want to use those. And so, with this being a fall kit, I think it'll work out better. Alright, so, I'm having a hard time thinking this through. I don't want this on the front cover. So, I did it upside down, right? So I need this. This is the front cover, all right? Front, all right? So this doesn't matter which way it goes, but I do want to have that seam somewhat there in the middle. So I don't know why I'm overthinking it. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so I thought this was beautiful, and then when I saw that little Highland cow, I couldn't resist him, so there we are. Okay. This will be the front. And I'm not worried about the seam. If the seam is on the back, I don't mind it anyway. But if I put some fabric or anything over, sometimes I'll do that over the binding, over the signatures. This goes this way. And then it won't matter that it's over. Okay, let's trim this down a little bit. Okay, my first scrap. Maybe we'll make a masterboard with this one. I'm going to cut this right there, leaving about 1/8 of an inch. All right. I'm going to save these, but I may not keep them the whole time. So let's fold this over. Fold that over. Make it easier than folding it when it's wet with glue. There we go. I can put this folder out of my way. Okay, so yeah, let's do the sides first. Not that it matters. I am going to come right in here in this seam though. I want that to be nicely adhered. My bone folder. Flip it around. I feel like, and I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I just feel like when I put that glue along that edge, it kind of gives me a little bit of strength on my edges. I don't know. Okay. Now we want to make sure that is good and flat so that that will fold in. When you have a thicker paper or cardstock, it's a little easier to do that, but I just rub it down and fold it up like so. Whoops. And now when I glue it, we should get a nice corner. Should. So I printed out, this collection has 4 files in the papers, which are 8 each of 2 files, so 16 total of the journal pages. And then it has a vertical page file and a horizontal page file, so I used 2 vertical ones for the cover. I didn't need a vertical one for the inside cover, now that I'm thinking of it, because it's going to be smaller, but I don't need the wraparound on it, you know what I mean? So I could have used the horizontal one and just cut it in half, but now I have an extra one for making something else with, or I'll use it in an extra, it won't get wasted, let's put it that way. We will use it one way or the other. What I think I'm going to do is just cut them out of that, and that'll give me a couple of strips left over. Now you could put cardstock in your envelope if you wanted a sturdier journal cover. I don't find it necessary. So there we go. And then since we pre-folded that, we should be able to fold it like that. It's going to be beautiful. And you can see that seam is here. So I probably won't even worry about the seam. And if I put lace over this, it'll be about the same. So I really think this is so pretty. So let's cut that other piece. Okay, so I'm going to measure this. I know it's going to be 9 by 6, so I'm thinking 5 3/4 by, yeah, 8 3/4. So let's just cut both of those, and then whatever strips we have left, we'll have left. So we'll do same orientation. So 5 3/4. Nice strips, and then 8 3/4, which I'll need to pull my bar out. Okay, so we've got great scraps. We'll definitely probably make a motherboard, a masterboard. This going. Come on, guys. I know that doesn't help. I had some, or have some, covers, well, fabric that I wanted to make for the covers, but when I brought it out, it was too yellow and black, or green, a bright green that didn't really match the aesthetic of this kit. So I decided to just go with paper. I haven't made one like this in quite some time, so there we go. That looks good. Oh, I should have put something down. That's okay. We will do that after. Come on. So today is Wednesday, yay. Halfway through the week. I've been pretty busy today doing some computer work. Got the printer going, well, not at the moment, but the printer is going to be going as soon as I finish this video. The only place in here for my laptop is on this desk, so it's my multitasking station. So let's, I feel like you could use lace or burlap or anything with this. There we go. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm just going to put a strip of this down the middle. So, yeah. I'm going to cut it thinner. I only need, what, about maybe 1.5 inches by 8 3/4, because that's what I did, right? 8 3, let's see, yeah, 8 3/4, and about 1.5 inches is what I think. Don't want to go too much more than that. Maybe 1.25 inches. We'll see where that comes to. Okay. Not going to be that noticeable because the signature will be there, but I just want to cover this up like so. Maybe I should have used this one so it doesn't look like a double image. No, I think I am going to use this wider one though. It doesn't need the width, but I like that pattern. I think it blends in more than this. This is like dupe. So yeah, I'll use this one. There we go. Oh, didn't get this too straight. That'll have to do. It'll work. Okay. So I think that I want to Mod Podge this. And I'll use the one that's open. And I need a brush. Here we go. Whew. I'm not going to do the inside, however. I'm just going to do the outside. I do like Mod Podge the covers once in a while. Although I learned, don't use the heat tool on the Mod Podge because it will bubble up on you. And I didn't realize, ooh, yucky. Didn't realize, I watched a video today with a gal making like one of those exploding frames. Why is this goobery stuff in there? Anyway, she was making an exploding frame and she Mod Podged the canvas. And then she went back and put a napkin on it and just ironed it. And I don't think I knew you could do that. Okay, sorry about that. Battery is about to die. What I was talking about was the Mod Podge reactivating. And I need to try that because you can just take a 12 by 12 coffee dyed paper, cardstock, whatever, and Mod Podge it. Wait for it to dry, and then put a napkin on and iron it. I have to try that. I don't know if I knew that or not, but I think it's a fabulous idea. So anyway, here's our cover. I'm going to let this dry, and I am going to complete printing out the remainder of the kit, the ephemera and the fussy cuts, and then we'll be back. I thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.